So let's get ready to do that. Let's go. Yo, 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 what is going on? Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, let me know how the volume sounds. I got some music playing in the background. Just curious how loud it is. So if you guys could let me know, I would greatly appreciate it. And as always, if anyone wants to join, just hit the Skype link right up there in the corner. And today, I'm got to go on for at least 10 minutes. We got something going on in about 30 minutes. We are doing what they call it's a Radical Asian Practitioners event where we will be having three sex and relationships coaches come on and answer a bunch of questions. But that's going to be in about 30 minutes. So until then, I am actually testing this one thing on Twitch, which is to make sure that our videos stay on Twitch now. And I believe the minimum time has to be 10 minutes. So I'm going to try to hang out here for 10 minutes. So I will also be taking a whole bunch of dabs. So, hey, we got 3 people watching right now. I wanted to know, can you guys let me know if the background music is too loud or too quiet or what? You know, I have no idea. I'm just making sure that it's not too loud, but it is loud enough just to add a little bit of background music to keep it a little bit more lively than how it usually is. So with that said, it is a Saturday session, and for this Saturday I wanted to show off what we will be dabbing today. We got, there we go, Beazle Extracts, one of my favorites. So Beazle is a Northern California extracts company. They make concentrates. They actually make one of the best concentrates that I've ever had. So this particular style is, hold on, let me take, here we go. It is Blueberry Pie, which is Blueberry Mimosa by Key Lime Pie, cured resin butter. So this is one of their hybrids. I really love this style here. Let's actually open it up, take it out of the package. Ooh, check this out here. Nice little cool case that it comes with. There we go. Yeah. So Beazle is actually, the history of the name has something to do with they came up with it on some sort of nice fungi shamanic journey that they did, and I can't remember what it's an acronym for, but it's really cool. So check this out right here. This is the live resin. Oh, there we go. I wonder how that's showing through. Does it look pretty good? Yeah, it's pretty high quality stuff. So yeah, if anyone could just put in the comments, how does it sound? How is the sound? Does it sound good? Is it too loud? Is it loud enough? I am obviously kind of obsessing over that because I don't want to be too loud where you guys can't hear me. So if anyone could let me know, that would be greatly appreciated. So let's go ahead. Let's take a small little dab here of this. What? That was a funny sound. All right, here we go. Oops, dropped a bunch of this on the floor, which is not good. Because you know what? Concentrates are expensive. We need to make sure that we don't waste any of this good stuff here. This cured resin. Batter. What I could tell you is definitely smells good. Now, does it smell like blueberry? I can't say it really does, you know, if I had to be quite honest. Let me tell you what it smells like. It smells like weed. There hasn't been too many types of weed that smell like blueberries to me, but that's just me. Let's go ahead and enjoy this. Here we go. Oh, and he's back. Yoga Hana is in the house. What's up, Yoga Hana? You know what I realized, Yoga Hana, is I think the video has to be at least 10 minutes long for it to last. How does the music sound? Is the music distracting, or can you hear me okay? Yeah, that's right. I got one friend on Twitch. Oh. Trying to join. Chris is trying to join. Oops, let me start the call. Can't hear the music at all. How about now? Oh, it took a while for the video to come up. So, okay, we get it now. We get it. Can you hear the music now? Tara Lee, what is going on? I just turned up the music a little. Maybe it's coming through. Still no music coming through, at least on Twitch. You know what? Music, whack. Okay, here. Boom, I know what will work. My sound effects always work. Here we go, yo. Yes. Oh, still no. Tara Lee, how are you doing? Oh, you got the Bubble Man's Vape Exhale? Yeah, okay. So this is a different system audio. This is just the sound effects, Tony. This is the sound effects part. So Chris, you could go ahead and try coming on to the live. The Skype should be started now. I just kind of messed up. I actually did not have it on initially, so I think it should be going right now if you want to give it a try. Yeah, man, that was pretty friggin' awesome. I gotta tell you, Beazle, you have done a very good job with this blueberry pie. Like I said, you know, I don't take this as a disrespect. It didn't really taste like blueberries to me, but it did taste delicious, which is the most important thing because, well, I mean, who cares what it's called? Let's just make sure it tastes good, right? That's the most important thing. Oh, there we go. Twitch is in the house. All right, Chris. I just the Skype link works right now. So if anyone wants to try the Skype link, go ahead, click on it. And that's pretty cool. We are now broadcasting to 3 different things. Chris is saying that Skype is trash. And you know what? After Microsoft bought it, well, after Microsoft buys a lot of different things, it starts turning to trash. So unfortunately, you know, that is the way because a lot of large companies, as you get larger, you know, it's harder to be nimble. It's harder to move quickly. So what do? Well, you acquire small, nimble companies. But unfortunately, once you acquire the companies, they are absorbed into the Borg. And once they're absorbed into the Borg, well, shit, you know, they just take in a lot of the same. Meeting with Sabo. Join call. Am I joining? Okay, I'm joining. All right. Why don't you put your phone into landscape mode and then we'll see you the other way. It's okay. Chris, I feel like you're my #1 fan. Well, I could see your plants. Well, I'm not saying. No, I don't want the reverse camera button. I'm telling you to put it into landscape mode, not portrait mode. Because right now you're like that skinny vertical style. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it just stays in. There we go. Yeah. This is plants. Well, you know what? Yeah, there we go. We got your face there. So, what's up, my Canadian friend? Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that. You gotta tilt it up just a little. People just see like the bottom of your your chin. There we go. There we go. There he is, the model, Chris Roberts. You can't see anything because you're so high, or you can't see anything because of the phone? Oh, well, doesn't the phone just show you your own image, or? What? What? That's so weird. I mean... Oh yeah, so that's so funny. So I think you're seeing this one, right? Yeah. That's such a trip. That's a trip. Yeah, there we go. Like I'm on 3 things now. Look at that. 3 angles. Okay, let's get rid of one of myselves. Let's get rid of 2 of myselves. He says I can't hear the other guy's audio. I could hear you though. Don't worry. Don't worry about it, Chris. So my Canadian friend, obviously you know what's going on in America. What are your thoughts? I think a wise man said you can't make omelets without cracking eggs. I think if you're someone that has read some history and has seen different versions of this play out historically, I mean, unfortunately, you know, it's, people don't change until, like, some shit happens, you know? So, you know, I'm just hoping that we could stay safe during this time, but some shit needs to happen. But yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy to think, you know, at least for me, I think when I was growing up and I read the history books, I always thought, oh, that's what happened in the past. Now we're more civilized now. You know, like it's not going to happen here or in the present time. And it does. And you know what? Thank goodness for cell phones, because without cell phones, like this stuff probably happened all the time. All the time. You know, you just got caught. Yeah. Well, hey, I think I wanted to talk about artificial intelligence. Are you into AI? Do you like AI? Do you look into that? Yeah? What parts scare you? Yeah? Give me an example. Okay, so what's one of the results of this big data that you're worried about? Yeah. So I definitely immediately think of the drawbacks of that. But there's also some positives, right? Which is if you could track everyone, this is weird. They say they can't hear you on Facebook either, but I could hear you. Well, you know what? That's all that matters. That I could hear you. It's all good. You don't need to apologize.
I'm Canadian.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Everyone can hear you now. Yes. Yes. I
Sorry.
I did some Asian stuff. Got it done. Okay. Sorry. Where was I again before I lost my train of thought?
Big data stuff.
Oh yeah, big
I
data.
think
Okay, yeah. So
for science, but not when it's used differently.
yeah. I mean, if we were all tracked, we could easily find out who got sick from COVID and who they were around and quarantine those people. That's what
But
Taiwan
humans
does.
shouldn't be trusted. But yes, a lot of those Asian countries have done pretty damn well.
Yeah, and I mean, like, if you basically at some point every form of government has like fucked up in the past, and essentially like people are always wondering, well, what's the best way to govern? What's the best system? And to me, and I'm not saying I figured it out, but to me, it doesn't matter what the system is if the people that are within the system are corrupt. Like if the people are corrupt, it doesn't matter what system you're running because people are just going to try to game it and take the easy way out and try to retain power. And you know what? I think even a poor system in trustworthy hands could make it work. Like, I mean, I've seen this on the micro level with managers that manage like teams of 15 or 20.
And like
And
with good like checks and balances and procedures, things can be pretty peachy.
exactly. And when it starts going sideways, like, so I've worked at 5 companies. I worked at 5 companies that either went public or got acquired by larger companies. So all successful companies. And the reason I'm saying this is not to humble brag here, but the reason why I'm saying this is that, I think I'm very uniquely positioned to say like I know what it looks like when companies are doing well and have a good probability of exiting. And I would say seeing it 5 times, like there are some people that have had massive exits and then have failed every single startup afterwards. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not saying I'm as smart as them. I'm just saying that I've seen this more than probably. I don't know. I don't know anyone that has seen more than 5 successful exits. Have been part of companies. I'm pretty lucky. So, anyways, the reason why I'm saying this is that the way they managed, like there was still authoritative people at these companies, but everyone had a say. If you had a good idea, it was very meritocratic. It's a meritocracy. Like if you kicked ass, you would be noticed. Because at these small companies, like you don't have middle managers that are just collecting reports of what everyone else is doing and reporting them up the food chain and hoping that by reporting them up the food chain, the senior vice president thinks like they had a big role in it when all they're doing is collecting data. It's like you just can't hide in these small companies. So I see how it works when you have leadership that's trustworthy. But you know what? Once you get to about 75, 80 people, that's when you start noticing like, hey, like I don't know everyone's name in this company anymore. And
A small company needs an HR, an outside HR handler.
yeah.
For everything to be like as unbiased as possible, because I've seen startups in Silicon Valley go from nice peachy family things to, oh God, get me the fuck out of here.
Well, yeah, because they always bring in some professional CEO to replace the founders who are usually like just smart, ambitious, naive dudes. And, but yeah, like the interesting thing is early on, most people that get hired are hired through referrals because, well, that's just the best way to find good workers. But, once you start having to hire outside recruiters because the company's taken off and you need more headcount and a few assholes start slipping through the cracks. Well, once a few assholes, yep, then the cancer starts, then you just start having these these cultures that start shifting into these like douche tech bro cultures. And you know, I was lucky. I worked in the early 2000s to like 2013, 2014. So that's when people were still wearing like Meadow hoodies like I'm wearing right now. And like if you wore like a collared shirt and khakis, you were the best dressed dude in the office, you know? So yeah, it's kind of interesting to see kind of like the ebb and flow of all of that, you know? But ultimately, you know, like I've seen like it's basically you have good leadership, the shit runs very well, there's a lot of trust. You have bad leadership, then everyone's looking out for themselves, you know? Everyone's covering their ass because they know that with bad leadership, optics is what matters, not what you actually do, you know? And the interesting thing is, well, what I've realized is I know that no matter what happens to me, I will always be able to be employable because I understand, well, not just the work side, but just as importantly, I understand the optics side, you know, which is kind of like what I hate about corporate America the most, which is the politics. But as we all discussed, politics is human nature, and well, you could say you don't play the game at all, but most of the times the people that say that are usually on the receiving end of the bad decisions because they just weren't politically aware of what was going on in their companies. And that's actually, not to drone on and on, but that's why I always love sales roles, because sales roles are the least political roles in companies. You either sell shit and you're a hero, or you don't sell shit and you go look for a new job. It's binary, you know?
And you really could have just stayed in sales and not tried to move up.
Well,
Sometimes.
you know,
Just saying
the truth is, well, at least in tech companies, many times the top sales guys, they make more than the CEO, you know? I mean, not in options and stuff like that, but just whatever their W-2 is for the year, you know, their salaries will be, with bonuses will be higher. But yeah, I mean, that is the interesting thing about sales is whenever people tell me they want to be entrepreneurs, I go, just get a sales job. And if they say no, then I have a little confidence that their entrepreneurial endeavors will go well, because at the end of the day, you got to be doing a lot of selling. But yeah, once you acquire those sales skills, it's like learning how to fish, you know? You'll never starve because you're always selling an idea. Yeah, exactly. And more importantly, I feel like more importantly than that is once you learn the sales skills, you know when people are trying to sell you, you know, like it becomes obvious.
Yes.
Yeah, dropping knowledge today over some nice blueberry mimosa. What's the terpenes on this? Let me take a look here. One thing I do love about my camera is, can you see me?
I can just see you. I can't see myself or anything.
Can you see this blueberry mimosa?
No, sorry. Your hand cut off at your wrist.
Oh. This shit was fucking good. I'm trying to find out. THCA, 769 milligrams. THC, 47%. That means 54% total cannabinoids that will affect your subconscious. CBD, 0 milligrams. So what's the rest of this stuff? 72% total. Man. I must be bad at math or something. These numbers don't add up.
Air.
Total is 72%, but only 47% of it is THC and 7.6% is THCA, which equals 54%. So there's a delta of 26%. Shit, I could do addition. Yeah.
Oh, it's not terpenes. It's flavonoids, or however you want to say it. Esters, or because like some other.
But that doesn't cover like 26%.
Anything test for.
I don't think it covers 26% though. That's just me.
I'm not a chemist, and can't really say much.
I'm not a chemist either, but I have smoked a lot of weed. And, you know, sometimes that is also just as important when it comes to creating this awesomeness.
Oh yeah, the cannabis culture.
The cannabis culture?
Yeah, just I don't really like that company because not a big fan of marketing.
Which company?
Cannabis culture. It's a Canadian.
Oh, got it. I thought you were talking about Beazle. I was like, Beazle's pretty
No.
cool. There's some stony ass dudes.
Haven't had Diesel since, let's say, April of last year.
Yeah, I know what was April of last year. Well, this is some runts that I got. Yeah. Nice and terpy looking. I really
Can't
like this
see it.
camera. You can't see it? Oh man. This is
I'm
dope.
not involved in the fun.
The audience is going crazy is what they're saying. They're like, that's so delicious looking.
Here's
And that-
some. Okay, here's the camera, and this is Purple Pug's Breath live resin, unfiltered shit. It's
Well
kind of good.
done. Well done. Unfiltered shit. I love it. I love it. All right, my man. Well, I got to prep for a 6:30. It was good hanging with you. You have a good one, dude.
Enjoy the call.